Greetings viewers, and thank you for tuning in today to the ETCG1 channel. I am Eric the Car Guy, your host, and hey, if it is your birthday, happy birthday. Please enjoy this digital cake. The buzz around Eric the Car Guy right now is the new 2000 Acura Integra Type R. Everybody's talking about it on social media. It seems to have, I guess people really like this car, and I like it too. I've wanted one for a very long time. But something that came up in my most recent video about getting this car, and I relayed the story of how I ended up with this awesome car, was the fact that my wife had a hand in it. And I thought I'd make a video about how to talk your wife into getting your project car. A better way to say this would probably be to how to get your significant other to buy into your project car, because I realize there are lots of different relationships out there, and it could be a wife trying to get her husband to go into it on a car that she wants. So let's just open it up to everybody and to make it significant other. I'm really going to relay a lot about my experiences with this and what I did. I'm not saying these things are going to work for you, but maybe it will. And if it does, well, I've helped you, and that's what I intend to do. Job one is find the right significant other. I think that's the most important thing, but that would involve another video, if not a series of videos. But let's just say the damage is already done, and now you're committed in a relationship, and you're looking at this car going, man, I've always wanted one of these. How can I get my hands on it? How can I talk my significant other into making it happen? For me, it started, more than 10 years ago. In fact, I don't know how many of you know my backstory, but the truth is I was destitute back in, let's say, 2008-ish, late 2008, fall of 2008, let's call it. And so much so that I went in to apply for assistance, food assistance. And I was denied because I made $36 too much. Only $36, but I decided, no, I'm not gonna go that route. I'm going to do my own thing, and that's around the time that I started Eric the Car Guy. But the point is I made myself I put myself in a position financially where I could take a risk. Now, I didn't want to take that risk. As I said in that other video, I took the money out of my savings, our savings, I should probably say, and that's where my wife came in. So I sat down with her, and like I said, I had all this stuff taken care of beforehand. And I just talked to her and I said, look, this car is worth more than it's selling for. I have a lot of parts for it. On the other side of it, it could be a good investment. In fact, there's a possibility of doubling my money. Now, I'm not saying that's like that with every vehicle, but this one is special. We all know it's special. I think that's why there's so much attention being paid to it right now. But the point is, I made myself, financially whole before I even got here. So I guess what I'm saying is if you're in a place and you've got other bills to pay, and you're not in the best position to go out and have a fun purchase, maybe it's not the best time for you. And maybe it's not the best time to go and talk to your significant other about spending money that you may not necessarily have on something that you absolutely love. Maybe it was Spock that said this somewhere. Wanting is better than having. I can't remember the exact wording of it, but it's funny how that works out. And I'm not saying I regret the Type R one bit. I waited many, many years. I've been driving it, as much as I can. It's February now, so it's not something I do often, but if the roads are dry and there's no salt, and I'm out there and I'm living the dream. But once again, that's after years, literally years worth of work. And I'm not saying you have to start a YouTube channel, become financially solvent, or any of that kind of stuff. What I'm suggesting is that if you are going to pursue a dream car like this, get yourself there. Make it your goal. Make it your motivation to get yourself there. Now, that wasn't necessarily my motivation to get this car. My motivation was just to have the bills paid, to have a roof over my head, and to not have to worry about buying food for my family. That was ultimately my goal. And once I got there, the rest is gravy. But it was a long struggle, and that's what I'm putting out there. I'd say don't even start the conversation until you have something to talk about, And if it is a mutual savings, like it was in my situation, my thing is not only is it worth more than what I'm paying for it when I'm done with it, and there's a possibility I could sell it and make money off of it, but also that I would pay the money back. So I was borrowing from our savings, but I'm on the hook now. I've taken out a loan from myself. I guess that's the real takeaway here. The real takeaway here is don't even bother unless you're in a place. And if you're in that place, you know, try to make it, I'm not saying try to make it their idea, but, you know, make your case as far as the benefits, as far as the happiness that you could gain from this. Because if you're happy, they're happy also. There's another angle that you could possibly take. But going back to the beginning of the video where I said the first step is finding the right significant other, and that is huge. The best advice I can offer in that sense is figure yourself out first before you get involved with somebody else. But as far as if you want to go out and get your dream car and you have to go through the boss, the significant other, and say, hey, look, really want to do this. Can we, pretty please? That's how I suggest you go about it. Take care of your stuff and make sure it's something you can do. And if it's something you can't do, keep dreaming, because you never know. I had no idea this was going to happen. I mean, when I saw this car back at the dealership years and years and years and years ago, I looked at that going, man, love those cars. Can't wait to have one someday, without having any clue or any idea that I would end up with it. And that's my point here, is you don't really know. Even though it's not happening right now, who knows what could happen in the future? You know, leave yourself open to those possibilities. Anyway, links in the description to additional videos and other junk. Automotive questions, I ask you to head to ericthecarguy.com. Also linked in the description. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with the world. Please do that. Views matter. Thank you. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. I'll see you next time. Good luck.